So welcome back to the channel, everybody. This will be a different episode, unlike all the other abandoned exploration stuff. And yeah, we're just gonna take you through how we're going to renovate part of the house, put a heated floor in, and then finish it with some, as I like to call, parquet or laminate. And I'll take you through the whole process. So, and yeah, sorry about the lovely view in front of you. So I got 3 packs of parquet there, and I got another pack and a half. And the aim is to do this room right here, which is about like, I don't know, about 20 square meters, maybe smaller. And what I want to do is I just want to like rip off the carpet, clean it up, essentially add a layer of insulation, then put on some very thin type infrared heating, which looks like so. It takes it from the electricity, converts it into infrared energy, which creates heat and circulation under your feet, by the way. Then I'll wire it to some sort of thermostat. Probably I'll use that socket or maybe that one. So I'll create a little, what do you call it, canal. Put the wire in there, put the thermostat in there, and then I'll lay that wooden floor. And yeah, so this is our lovely view. There you can see what they call rafter. There you can see Sunny Beach, and there you can see our beach. Just joking. So let's get going. So what did we just do?
So we cleared the room, and now we're gonna rip off the carpet.
Well, what did we do before we ripping off the carpet?
Rip off the plates.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well, that's obvious. Now we're gonna rip off the carpet, and then we're gonna start with making sure it's all straight. And then we're gonna put the insulation.
We're not gonna make sure it's all straight. It's already straight. We're just gonna clean. She's gonna help me. And for those of you who forgot, this is Julia. I'm Kevin, and this is the KU Grow project.
So now we're gonna take off the door because we won't be able to rip off the carpet and then put the new floor and the plinths, and that's what Kevin currently doing.
Got the gas masks, or you know, respirators ready just to protect ourselves, because when we rip off this old carpet, it is going to be so dusty and disgusting, and we don't want that stuff in our lungs. So here we go. As you can see, the floor is clear. There's no insulation under the carpet. It's probably like 12 years old. What we're gonna do is we're gonna refresh this place, clean it, vacuum it first just to get rid of all the dust. Make sure there's no like weird dents in the floor too much. And then we're gonna start laying the insulation, as simple as that. I might have to first drill the line for a thermostat or something, so that there's no dust afterwards on the floor.
I agree. I think it's a good idea.
Can you like just test that socket for us? Because last thing.
That's a perfect device.
Yeah, so how is that gonna switch on? Yeah, right. That's a good way of testing, by the way. Does it work or not?
Looks like it.
Can you double check, please? The lovely ingenuity of my wife. Yeah.
Yes.
Boom. That's where it will go. Before I get going, I definitely have to put some barrier up here to stop the dust coming through. Otherwise, someone's gonna be upset. Because everything else will be dirty. So it's got to get like that. So because of a lot of other distractions, it seems like we did it the wrong way around. So that should have been at the top, that should have been at the bottom, but whatever. I'll just squeeze through, and then I got my barrier here, and I'll quickly see if I can create that canal. So I've created a channel, and these wires will power the thermostat. Well, go from a thermostat and power the underfloor heating. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, there's a massive crack there. This is because the foundation set over time. I will fix that. But for now, I see that someone's occupying our beach. There's the Granny and Haley. Say hello to the audience, the subscribers. Hello. Anyway, she learned to swim in that pool actually, in a very short space of time. Supervised, of course. But before I clean up, by the way, I've seen a lot of other YouTubers using this 3M respiratory mask, whatever, with these units that you can attach on the side to filter out any bad chemicals or dust or stuff. At first, it's expensive because you have to buy both of these, but once you purchase this middle unit, then the replacement cartridges are quite cheap. Now, up to the cleaning. Right, so vacuuming is done relatively clean enough, I think, to make sure there's no dust that stays behind afterwards and stuff like that, so we can have a really clean breathing space. I think I will start with laying the insulation, then I'll start with the heating. Stick around. But before I continue,
the super healthy homemade burger.
Thank you. This is like ching ching. This is like turkey breast cut up with some lettuce and some healthy bread. So cheers to every hardworking person out there, and who has a beautiful, wonderful wife that makes them yummy food. So I have here with me the insulation for the floor, which looks like this. So at the bottom there's this sponge type stuff, which is relatively hard, and then this insulation type silver material coating, plastic, whatever you want to call that. Aqua Stop Smart, which is made in Poland. The particular model that I've got of insulation is really good for heavy weight and different type of temperatures, because here in Bulgaria it can get from -10 in the winter or even colder, sometimes to 43 degrees Celsius. I'm going to start from this side because it's like an equal square side, and then work my way that way closer to the door where it's not so equal, obviously, so that I can just use the offcuts over there. So the reason why I lay it like this is that the next layer will go under this little lip, and this little sticky part, I pull that off and we'll go over this, and we'll stick to that. Get that piece off and start just like laying it over. Then you got a really insulated layer here without any wetness, dampness, cold or anything coming through. Nice protective barrier. And what's important is to make sure it's nice and snug.
Where did you learn all these skills?
From renovating many houses, from laying floors countless amount of times in countless amount of places, because we lived in so many places. And one of the first things that can actually make a place feel nice, depending on your situation, is actually
floor, for sure.
Doing the flooring, whether it's more comfortable for temperature perspective, for audio, you want a better sound in the room, or whether it's for aesthetics. We're gonna finish the rest here, then we're gonna start with the
fun part. The
fun part where we lay the actual infrared heating lining.
Some tech
some
thing coming.
Yeah. Now for places where you don't have that seal where you attach the two to each other, you're gonna have tape, right? You have similar insulation type tape or the aluminium type tape, but I prefer something much stronger, which is the 3M heat resistant tape, because on top of this will be heating, so I just use this. By the way, we're not installing the heating because we're in summer. It's just now one of the projects that we can work on, so it's ready for winter. But yeah, we do not want heating right now. It's insane, the temperature. So we're officially done insulating floor. It's a bunch of stuff laying around on it, but that's what it looks like in a way. See all the corners and everything. They're under the door. Nicely sealed. I have to put it together. And it's not really that important to get 100% straight against the wall, but as close as you can, because really the floor goes until here, like that far away, and then that gap is filled by what they call a plinth or skirting, which you'll see later in the process. So now that this job is done, let's move on to starting to apply the heating. Now they always say before you start applying these things, calculate, you know, the amount that you need in a room, calculate that it's not overloading your plug and your electrical system. The brand that we're using is Rexva or Warm Coin. They are made in South Korea. They have a 10-year warranty and they're really safe, to be honest. I haven't had any issues. I've had it in the other house for like 2 years. I always struggle to figure out which side is the top and which side is the bottom, because it has like this see-through part here and the other part there. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but I assume that when it rolls down implies which side is the top and which side is the bottom. So something like this. Another one over here and a small roll over there. It's always advised to keep it about that far away from the wall. So we'll put 2 of these rolls in and then a smaller one down there, and then we'll have most of the floor covered. I think it will take about between 1 to 1.5 kilowatt, so 1500 watt during winter when this thing is on. However, it uses thermostat, it's not on all the time, so therefore it saves a lot more, and converting heating from electricity into infrared energy is more efficient than all the other forms of heating so far, I found. Maybe not. If any of you know more about energy, please let me know, or heating. However, I do advise that you add solar panels and a battery and a hybrid inverter, because it will add obviously more to your power consumption. Now I'm running into a little bit of a problem because I have that corner over there, and as you can see, if I have to lay the wires, it's going to be in the way. So I think I'm going to cut it over here, because I think this will provide ample heating the way it is. This one, obviously, I'll add another 2 units of this from another roll over there. Then I'll wire this positive and negative coming from there. So I'll probably have the negative to the negative to the negative, and that side the positive to the positive to the positive. One positive going that way, maybe a negative way around that way, and then through, make a little bit of a channel to the insulation, seal it, and then bring it to the thermostat. That will definitely do the job for sure. Simple scissors on the line, and voila. When you do it, you have to make sure you don't cut one of these infrared lines, otherwise you might have a electric fire, and that's never going to be a good thing. Once they're nicely lined up, you've got to tape it down. You got to make sure that you don't put the tape over this infrared heating, but you put it halfway over that empty film over there. The same on that side, same on that side. Tape on the sides. I never tape at the bottom where I cut, because that part is pressed down by the floor anyway. Let's get it taped down, and then let's start with the wiring. So I'm all taped down, and notice that most of my tape leaves a little bit of play by the edges. That is because this little area here is where I'll fit into a connector between the film. If it's over here and I try and lift it from there, I might, you know, break one of these infrared lines. So better if you leave yourself a little bit of space to add the connector. So now that the taping down is done, I'm gonna start with the wiring. The live and the neutral, these are each about 10 meters. I won't need all of that. I have the connectors. You can buy them online or from Rexva. Then I have the insulation. So it's day 2 because it got a little bit late and I was tired. I got myself a few extra things, which is the insulation, and that peels off right there and actually wraps around the connection. And the actual thermostat, this is not a Wi-Fi one, it's just all we can afford for now, and it will do a good enough job. So next step is to start with the wiring. Let's get at it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire positive, positive, positive to positive, and then on the back side, just so that I can make sure that I don't have any wires crossing, I will wire the negatives from that side, neutral, 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 and route it through the insulation all the way here. If I connect that positive to this positive, and I want to connect the negative here, suddenly I have to cross the wire to get that side, and that's never a good idea. La 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 la, sing a happy song. Just to interrupt the creative process, just want to show you what a bunch of clowns look like.
Daddy, we're having 3
Okay, there's a new trick apparently. Wow. Okay, that's intense. Good thing I'm not out there, otherwise I'll freak out the whole time and be paranoid that something bad will happen to the children. Let's continue. Now that I've wired up the positives, boom, 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 and routed it, and left enough wire here to wire it into the thermostat, I'm actually going to start on the negatives, sorry, the neutrals on the other side, and route it all the way around here. So. Right, everything is wired up. Wait, no, not yet. I have to wire the thermostat now, and then we'll test if the heating is actually working. Then I will start laying the actual floor, because then I know everything else here is sound. Oh, I have to put a little bit of a sensor here, probably through the middle here, under this, so that I don't cross any wires. Let's get cracking. So I got it wired. Now the big reveal is if I switch on the main, and voila! I have to set this to hotter degree for the heating to actually switch on. I should be feeling it. I feel it.
I feel it.
So everything works. High five.
I'm like in sauna.
Yeah. Luckily we have a pool outside, right? By tomorrow I can start flooring. So yeah. Day 3, we finished the wiring and setting up the heated floor. Now I'm going to start on the flooring. AC5 level, waterproof, you know, temperature proof type of parquet. This is made in Germany. We've got really solid connections, and so I'm actually going to start from that side of the room so that when I work it towards the door I can either create a lip to the next floor or just do a continuous floor if I want. Stick around. And I'm going to use my trusty circle saw, brand Total, most of you won't know it, but it's a good like alternative to very expensive ones. When you do stuff like this, make sure to wear your safety goggles and not get a piece of wood splinter in your eye like I just did. Let's carry on. Let's see if it fits. Look at that. Not bad. So now that we have that angle, I would start to do my next cuts, which will be a third of the original. So I'm going to cut that angle, put that on, and then I'm going to cut a third of that and put that angle on, just so that there's not one straight line, but a nice pattern through the boards. I just did a stupid thing. I actually needed to measure that side, because otherwise I won't have a connection at the front. Such is life when you renovate stuff, right? Now that I've got that angle, now I want to make sure that I cut this angle out and that just get that distance correctly. Bear in mind that this wall is not exactly straight. You can see it's veering to the left, so I need to take that into consideration and account. Sorry about the lighting, it's getting slightly darker, but I don't have a light up there, so. And voila, it's a very good fit. Now I'm gonna ask my dad to hold the one side for me so it doesn't fall and break after I made the cut, because it's important to reuse as much as I can. So I want to preserve this piece because I can actually use it. What you start to see emerge here is some pattern, you know, third, third, third. And the next one after this one will be a full one again. And someone's finally decided to show herself.
Hello, hello. Listen, you know, I have a big responsibility. It's
Yeah,
our
me too.
2 kids, so, you know, I had to shower them, I need to entertain them, and now I'm entertaining my husband by being here. And I think he's doing a really amazing job. All this
Unfortunately not so much. I cut out this thing.
We have another light too. Yay, we have another light to switch on. Yes. You see see how life much better when a wife comes in. Like,
yeah, when a wife finally decides to help.
and, like,
It's better when a wife finally decides to try to help. Yeah. Because last time I checked, this is not just my channel.
Yeah, listen, I do help. Oh, I like this light. Actually, it's a very good light for the makeup and for the filming. And we have outside a bit dark, but it's finally nice weather. You can breathe. Because during the day, to come in this room, it's like coming into sauna and nothing to breathe with. Hi, Dad.
And then once I'm here, smash it in like a pro.
It's gonna be like toop, 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 toop. And it's gonna be a nice pattern as we've done our previous floor in the bedroom.
The floor is starting to come alive.
I like it. I like the feeling. It's gonna be especially nice in the winter when you put this heating underneath and it's like you want to lay on this floor and just enjoy the heat.
Yeah, because everybody likes to just lay on the floor, you know.
Especially kids.
Starting to take shape. And this is actually a lot nicer color than it is on camera. It's called cottage oak. Yeah.
Continue.
And it appears to be the next day. It appears that I might be finishing the floor today. I hope. So the first order of business to finish off that corner, and then I'll quickly finish off the rest of the floor with third cuts. Let's get to it. Let's see the side. No, I'm doing it the right way around. Because this will ultimately be in here and that will be towards the wall.
Wow, good job.
Look how lovely that pattern is emerging. So nicely, all the way up, you can see it. And I'm pretty much almost halfway done. Yeah. Finally finished with the floor. As you can see, nice and tidy. All the way with a little gap there. Same on that side, there and everywhere. And I have brought the skirtings or Tintin. This is MDF, I believe. In between the best quality and the worst. The best quality being wood and the worst being polystyrene. So I'm gonna use this and finish up all the corners. I'm gonna be lazy and not cut 45-degree angles. Well, it's not just because I want to be lazy, but I want actually to have similar corners. 45-degree angles doesn't quite give you that upper class feeling. So this is the next level thing you can do. I don't know if you can see it here. These are the corner posts for them. So you can just cut them straight, apply them, and you get this castle type look. I much rather prefer to do that. And it also speeds up the process, to be honest. So let's get to it. So run out of plinths and skirtings and glue for now. So that's where I got to. Finish those walls. I just need to finish that side and then I'm done. It's looking quite nice actually. Quite acceptable if you ask me. But thank you very much for joining us, for joining me, Yula and me, I should say. For now, that is all. You're gonna see some more of these type of renovation stuff from us and still abandoned exploration. We have not forgotten about that. Our audience, we know you like it. But yeah, see you next time.